This latest mass shooting in Texas, drawing attention to the disturbing trend of rising gun violence in America. Now, there have been more mass shootings in the U.S. than days in the year so far in 2022. Dre Clark joining us live right now with a look at these troubling numbers. Dre.
Good morning. According to the Gun Violence Archive, which tracks mass shootings across the U.S., yesterday's school shooting in Texas marks more than 200 mass shootings happening so far this year.
What was that? So it's probably a bad time. I think any time is a bad time to speak about the shootings at Texas that happened earlier this week. It's really tragic.
Gun violence may be America's new public health crisis. The images of bullets and bodies laying on streets across the country have become almost unbearable. 10 people recently shot and killed at a supermarket in Buffalo, and now 19 children and 2 adults meeting the same fate at a school in Texas.
It's really tragic. And no how much you pray, that doesn't change or bring the lives back or anything like that. Shit, the biggest thing is like, what are we gonna do to prevent this from happening again? And just me keeping it real, like, I don't think there's anything that we can do to prevent it from happening again.
Americans once again left asking why and what can be done to stop it from happening again.
Even if if you ban weapons, you know what I'm saying, people still gonna have weapons. You know how long cocaine and marijuana been illegal and people still get it? And you know what I'm saying? So, you still gonna have that, but like, there needs to be a strategic plan or something needs to be done, or else it's just gonna keep happening. Like, who goes to school and you have to worry about your freaking children? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is ridiculous. And I don't want to say that, you know, it probably could make sense in a high school with 18, 19, you know what I'm saying? That's different. But like, it went to the elementary school. Like, how freaking low can you get? I think worse than that is going to a baby factory and shooting up babies. So that's how I said it's awful. And then once again, I also have to say this part. It's white people. I mean, you can say racist or whatever, but it's white people doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't seen no black people go shoot up no schools or no stuff like that. Okay, I mean, there are black shootings, but I'm saying, like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, most of these stuff that's been happening, the Walmart shooting, the movie theater shooting, the one in Florida where they shut up the gay club, these were white men.
Traumatized and injured clubbers were helped from the scene and taken to hospital for treatment.
I don't know where my son is. No one can tell me where my son is. If he's been shot, if he's dead, if no one knows.
Do we consider this an act of terrorism? Absolutely. We are investigating this from all parties' perspective.
These are white men, and they had a nerve to say that black people are black males, what they call it, like public enemies. Man, I feel some type of way about that. Oh, you got to be kidding me. It's really sad, and everybody's like demanding some type of laws or some type of changes. But I'm telling you, this is America.
Ask, when in God's name are we going to stand up to the gun lobby?
This stuff has been going on for a long time. And one thing else I noticed before I get on that, once the shooting happened, the killings happened, people went out and bought more guns. More guns. In that week, the NRA said they made $1 billion in a fucking week buying more guns. And then the whole fiasco with the cops, that was fucked up. All of them should be fired. Did you guys know that there was cops that had children in their school, and the cops went in and got their kids, only their kids? That's crazy. It shouldn't be about that. If you go in there and get one, you should have got all of them, as many as you could. You know what I'm saying? And it was just bad. So it was like, what, 90 minutes before they got in there or some shit like that? Like, what is that?
The shooter was inside the school for 77 minutes. Texas authorities say the school district police chief wrongly believed the situation was no longer an active shooter and had ordered tactical teams not to enter the classroom while the children desperately called 911 for help. The rampage finally stopping when sources say federal agents decided to go in and fatally shoot the gunman. Now the Justice Department is reviewing law enforcement's response.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's Texas. That's a fucked up thought process. And, you know, what's being done? There was a lot of failed processes, you know, in that event. A lot of things went wrong that shouldn't have, that could have saved lives, that could have been done better. And it needs to be addressed. Stop putting shit under the damn rug and say what it really is. Nose running. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it needs to be accountability. It needs to be accountability. We didn't do a good job. We didn't do what we were supposed to do. There's no way that because you're a police officer that you took it upon yourself to go in there and get your kids out and leave the rest of them in there. Like, he should be fired. He should be, charges should be brought against them.
Now the Justice Department is reviewing law enforcement's response.
That's not protecting and serving. It ain't protecting and serving at all. And it's really sad. I said that was my kid. First thing I be want to do is go in there with my fucking weapon, and I go in there and I'm blasting and to get my kids out. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. And they wouldn't even let them in there. They wouldn't let the parents of the children in there. Once again, a fucking problem. We would have been fighting. I would have got a charge from kicking his ass. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not allowing me to go in there and protect my child. You aren't protecting my child. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. It's really something for you to think about. And before you try to call me a racist, it's not just white people. Please put some numbers down. Please fucking prove me different. Prove me different.
There was a worker, and he just started arguing with the worker in electronics. And then he tried to get something out of the case, and he took off. There's a fire, shots fired.
Okay.
Shots are fired at the Walmart on Princeton Road.
There's 2 people shot altogether. There's 1 shot on the stomach and 1 shot in the head.
That victim, a shopper, died. He's been identified as 35-year-old Adam Black. He had just moved to Hamilton about a month ago. Meanwhile, the suspected gunman, 32-year-old Anthony Brown, took off. Fairfield Township Police tracked him to the Fairfield Inn in Middletown.
The first calls were chilling.
We're going to have to get in this door. I don't know if it's him, but I can see blood and I can hear somebody moaning.
An orthopedic. Police say the gunman, 45-year-old Michael Lewis, walked into his doctor's office late Wednesday, armed with 2 guns and a vendetta. Police say he recently had back surgery. His surgeon, Dr. Preston Phillips. Police later found a letter on the gunman laying out his clear target and motive.
All right, so I do want to retract the statement about, I wasn't saying it's just white people doing these fucking shootings. That's why I added the black clips. So I corrected myself, okay? It's not just white men, obviously, but the majority are. If you even go into how they're apprehended, you know, they come out smiling. They're not bruised. They're not shot up. They're not killed. Ain't no fucking neck. Ain't no knee to their neck. But if you black, you automatically fucking dead. If you're a black man dealing with police, you are not. Most of the time, majority of the time, I don't know what percentage, 70%, 80%. If you're dealing with fucking police and you're a black man, you are dead. They killed a man for fucking selling cigarettes.
Every black man is a target because guess what? This don't end here. I did not sell nothing.
The deadly confrontation on July 17th was caught on a passerby's cell phone. Police were trying to arrest the 43-year-old Garner for allegedly selling illegal cigarettes. Garner appeared to resist.
I told you the last time, please leave me alone.
Officer Pantaleo, seen in the green shirt, quickly entered the scene and took him down with a chokehold. The NYPD banned the use of chokeholds in 1993. The medical examiner said Garner's death was caused by compressions to his neck and chest during physical restraint by police.
He was selling cigarettes, didn't have no weapon on him, didn't have no gun, no knife, no nothing, and killed the man in front of everybody. But we don't have a problem in America. It ain't just fucking gun violence. It's way more than that. And until people start addressing the real fucking problem, the real truth, this shit gonna keep going on.
We recognize this is an American problem and not just a black problem or a brown problem or a Native American problem. This is an American problem. When anybody in this country is not being treated equally under the law, that's a problem.
The NRA, the National Rifleman Association, whatever that shit is, all that stuff is money. It's money. Why don't you look and do research and who invests in those companies, the NRA? Most of them people are white people, presidents and shit, governors, mayors. And I'm saying that because if they have an investment in that, they aren't gonna stop the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, people always like the government doesn't really care about you. And I'm gonna say this: if the government cared about the people, guns wouldn't be so easily accessible. We have all these things, issues that are killing us, but like it's nothing. What is it? The FDA, the food and DA, it's crazy shit in your food, hormones. They're cloning animals. They're cloning animals. They didn't even hide it. They didn't even hide this shit. They're cloning animals. That this is probably some clone fucking meat right now. and the FDA approved it.
They had a story on CNN 3 weeks ago that said the USDA has approved the sale of cloned meat to the American public. What? 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 See, I was high when I originally saw the story.
Now, I also want to show you this shit right here. So every time I say something, I'm also putting clips as evidence. It isn't just, I mean, these are my opinions, but I'm also putting facts in here, as you can see. So when I go on YouTube and I try to put in the FDA clone meat shit, so you can see it's not, I'm not joking, none of these things work. Hold on, let me show you. This is what I get. They will not fucking let you play it, right? I refreshed the page several times. And I keep getting this error, right? Okay, I go to a different one. I go to a different one, right? Look at that. They don't want you to see it. That's bullshit. It is real. Look at this, FDA clone meat. Look at that, another one. Come on, y'all. Come on. Conspiracy? It's our government. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care. It's all about money. It's all about money and power, and there's levels to this shit. There's so many secrets in America. It's a secret society. I don't know if the Illuminati is real, but it is something really effed up in this country. And until we start addressing the real shit, the real problem, it will continue. It will continue. I mean, I don't want to say I'm waiting for the next shooting, but it's gonna happen. And then you kind of ask, how many more shootings do we need in order for us to make a change? They make all the other changes. They made abortion fucking laws for women and their own body. And the panel was all fucking males, all white males, all white males. I think it was one female.
In modern history that a Supreme Court decision
Making laws against women's body, but you can't make laws against weapons, killing people, killing kids. Come on, y'all. I'm gonna finish my noodle, but y'all ponder on that shit. Please comment down below. Let me know what you think. I'm out.